Hi everyone, and welcome back to the MS Workouts channel. If you have a goal of improving your leg strength so you can have better mobility or rely less on an assisted device, then you are in the right place. In this week's video and the rest of the month, we're going to be teaching you not only strength training, but also active rest modalities that are going to improve your leg strength, okay? And specifically today, some exercises that you can execute from the comfort of your bed and or couch, just in case you're not able to or don't want to get up and down off of the ground. This is something we commonly have people ask for, okay? I'll demonstrate these exercises from the floor, but as I mentioned, I want you to utilize this from a bed or a couch. This is a tool for you to use, okay? Especially as I mentioned, if you don't want to get down and up and off the ground. You may not be able to either, okay? It's all about you having the right tools. I want you to execute this exercise session 1 to 3 times per week, okay? Go to muscle failure. Make sure the intensity is high. This is not just movement. Use a progress journal, okay, to record your results after each of the exercises attempts. If you don't have a progress journal, that's not a problem. Just click on the link below us. We have a free one for you to download and utilize. Next week, we're gonna give you a seated exercise class to help you improve the leg strength so we can continue to build on your tools to strengthen those legs this month. So make sure you subscribe to our channel and that you have the notifications turned on so you can be notified when every one of these new tools drop this month. All you're gonna need for today is simply a bed or a couch, a progress journal, super important, a cold bottle of water because we want you to not only not overheat, but more specifically engage at the highest level possible to send the clear signal and get the best results. So let's go ahead and do this. Welcome to today's exercise session where we are going to give you 2 deliberate exercises that I want you to execute from your bed or couch to help strengthen your lower body. We're going to do this whole month of strengthening your lower body. I'm going to give you some stretches next week, some exercises this week, so I'm super excited about this. Again, I'm going to mention, get on a bed or a couch. Yes, I'm on a floor right here, okay? But this should be executed on a bed or a couch so that you don't have to worry about getting up and down, right? Take that piece out of the puzzle, right? It makes it difficult sometimes. Also, if you like these videos that we give you on YouTube, we have a membership program. msworkouts.com, we work with individuals with not only strength training, but active rest, and we have live Q&As, live workout classes, all kinds of support for you. So if you're interested in that, go on over to msworkouts.com. We have all kinds of really cool tools for you. With that, let's go ahead. We're going to start things off with a leg press with a band. As I mentioned, if you have resistance, use it. If you don't, just go through the motion with me here today, and then you can add resistance as you progress. Let's do it. Okay, as I mentioned, we're going to execute a leg press. Now, picture this blue mat is your bed or couch. The wall would be a headboard or the back of the couch. You do need, ideally, some support for your back. You don't have to have it, though, okay? You can also execute without support. But the support of your back is just going to allow you to really focus on the targeted muscles of your quadriceps and your glute. Now, I have a timer, I have my progress journal. As I mentioned, you need to be able to record your results after the exercise so you know where you're currently at and where you are headed. Now, I'm going to slide my resistance band on my foot rather, not on both, because we're going to go unilateral. And I'm going to execute this on my left leg. I want you to execute on your left leg, hit pause, execute on your right, and you're going to come back on the video with me, okay? So, we're going to start in the fully contracted position of the muscle, meaning you're going to extend all the way out. I don't want you to forcefully lock the knee. You're going to squeeze the quad and the glute. The entire time, keep these muscles actively engaged, go slow, and you're looking for muscle failure. Okay, now I'm going to add tension by pulling hands back into my waist. They're not up high. I don't want the band come into my face. If it snaps or comes off my foot, but even more importantly, that safety is the most important thing, but just as important, we want the line of resistance in line of the joints that we're working so that you get the best loading on the exercise. If you want to tie these bands off to bedpost or to the end of the couch or whatever it may be to take your upper body out of it, wonderful. Just make sure the line of resistance is in line with the hip, ankle, and knee. All right, we're going to go to that starting position, so squeeze quad glute. Clock is on. Initiating movement, I'm bringing knee in line with hip slightly out. I'm going to come with as much flexion as possible, then I'm going to head the other direction. Each movement should be about 7 seconds. 7 seconds in, 7 seconds out. We're working quadricep and glute. We're going to pause, heading back in. Now, next effort is going to take us past 30 seconds. Muscle failure is the goal. What does that look like? That's when you can no longer continue through this full range without adding momentum or changing the form. When you get to that point, I want you to just continue with your best effort even though it's not moving anymore, and then slowly disengage and notate the time on the clock at that point. And then just jump in and give your best effort for the remainder. Now you may feel this some in your hip flexor when you're coming in to the flexed position. That's perfectly fine, okay? And if that's a limiting factor, then notate that in your progress journal. Next effort is going to take us past 60 seconds and into what we call the exhaust range. On our membership program, we have a clock, we have all kinds of graphics to kind of help you with this visually and auditorily, okay? But today we're using the clock on the phone and listening to my voice. All right, we are in the final 30 seconds. Next effort's going to take us past 115, or fifth effort. Again, remind yourself, failure's the goal. It should be challenging right now. You should be getting close to not being able to extend all the way back out the other direction. Why? Because that's going to give you the adequate intensity to prompt results. That's the difference between exercise and just movement, right? Again, one more effort. We're going to go past the 130 mark with this effort here. We're pausing. So final opportunity to reach failure. Going slow, squeezing thigh, actively squeezing glute, feeling a deep burn, doing this for a deliberate purpose, and slowly disengaging, relaxing. Completed, okay? The reason I say that is because I executed the entire 130 or 6 efforts without reaching muscle failure, okay? Now, what does that mean? It means that I left something on the table. The intensity could have been higher, and in reality, that is the single most factor that most people lack that you need in order to get results from exercise. It's different than movement. Movement's great for you, but exercise is what's going to help you develop your body, and you only get there through progressively challenging your body with intensity. Okay, so I'm going to write down leg press, blue band, 130, and I'm going to write circle plus because I need to increase the difficulty next time. Why? Because I want to challenge my body and I want to get results. I want to strengthen my legs this month, and I know you do too, so make sure you're being measured. All right, now we're going to jump into the posterior side of your lower body. It's a hamstring exercise. We just did quadricep, now we're going hamstring, okay? Again, I'm going to do it unilaterally. I want you to pause the video after the set and do it on the opposite side. It's important to work both sides. Even if you have one side that's stronger than the other, do both. They're both important, and you see what's called the carryover effect. I'll talk about that in another video. It's beneficial for both sides, believe it or not. Now, again, I'm on a bed, picture it, okay? I'm going to show you how to add resistance, but if you don't have a band or any type of resistance, just follow along with your best effort. Make the notations that you need to increase the difficulty next time, and increase the difficulty next time using a band or loading the hamstrings out of the way. If you need questions or you have questions about how to do that, leave us a comment. Or become a member in M.Ed Workouts, because you can show up to our live Q&As on a weekly basis and ask me personally, live in person, how to do so, and I'm going to tell you how to do it, okay? Now, with that, I'm going to ask Mr. Lerner, okay, our cameraman, to follow me over. I want you to picture that this exercise machine over here is a bedpost, okay, or something that is offline from where you are lying so that you can anchor the band. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's fixed and the band is anchored and the band is in line with your hip, knee, and ankle. Okay, I'm going to slide the band, and I'm going to make sure when I slide the band on my foot that I have tension or resistance, okay, the entire range of motion. All right? I do not want there to be any slack whatsoever in the band, because it's important to keep the muscle under tension, loaded through the entire range of motion during the entire exercise. We don't want to take our foot off the gas. Let's do it. Okay, as I mentioned, we're going to our stomach in a prone position. You're going to bring your heel in to your rear end, okay, as far as you can in. Now, you may not have enough function in your hamstring to do so. If you need to take a towel or a band and assist yourself through the range of motion, then please feel free to do so, okay? The most important thing here is that you're giving your best effort, you're being measured, and you're being progressive. All right, we're in that starting position, fully flexed. Initiate movement out slowly, okay? I'm already feeling my hamstring, almost be on the verge of wanting to cramp. That's perfectly fine as long as it doesn't. If you feel a cramp, pause, heading the other direction, then you're gonna cut the range of motion, stop your flexion, okay, just before the cramp, right? But more than likely the hamstring's gonna go to the verge of wanting to cramp just because it's not used to going through that full range. That's gonna help develop it, okay? But again, cut the range if you need to. We're going past 30 seconds. Muscle failure is the goal, okay? So that'll be the point where I can no longer continue to bring my heel as far in as I currently am on these first couple of efforts. When you start to lose the range of motion or the ability to move without momentum, that's the muscle signaling that it has gotten the message. It can no longer continue with proper form and 100% muscle-led movement, right? We're going past the 45-second mark here, so we're working again the hamstring, which is going to deliberately, positively affect the stability of your knee and the strength of your lower body. Hamstring also plays an integral part in your low back health, believe it or not. It's called the posterior chain, glutes, erectors, hamstrings, okay? All right, that just took us past 60 seconds. We're in the final 30 seconds right now. This one's taking us past the 115 mark. Failure is the goal. I want to find that point where I can no longer continue to keep the muscle engaged and move through that full range of motion without momentum and proper form. All right, this next effort's going to take us past the 130, okay? So sixth effort, last opportunity to reach muscle failure before we would complete the set, heading back in. So last time, notice I'm getting a little bit jerky here, bouncy, right? But I'm not adding momentum. It's just the hamstring letting me know that it's almost done. Full flexion and completed. Slowly easing out, keeping momentum out to keep it safe and effective. Okay, completed, right? So I completed that exercise as well. What does that mean? That means I need to increase the difficulty next time. Now I was close on that leg curl. Notice I slowly started to lose the ability to look as smooth as I did. That's because the hamstring was fatiguing, but I did complete it. So I can either shorten that band and or add resistance, because the key there is to make it more difficult next time so that I do reach successfully muscle failure before that 130 mark. So 30 plus, so that I know next time I execute this, I need to increase the difficulty to continue to see results. And that's why you are here. That's why you exercise. It is not for acute, general, increased oxygenated blood flow like movement, which is all wonderful, great things. Exercise should be progressive. It should have enough intensity and specificity with adequate frequency, rest time between, to allow your body to develop the results that you want, right? That are going to increase your mobility, decrease your symptoms, and allow you to live the life that you love living. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button, okay? Turn on the notifications. Next week, we're gonna be back. We're gonna be doing some stretches next week, so we're gonna talk about some active rest tools for you to utilize in between these strength training sessions. It will keep the month rolling all around the focus of getting your lower body stronger so you can increase your mobility, do the things you love doing. See you next week.
Our YouTube channel is a great place to start gaining strength, but if you want to get serious about reducing your symptoms and getting results, then you need to be on a weekly structured strength training program with other individuals just like you. And that's exactly what we offer at MS Workouts through our membership. Click the link in the video or below the video to learn how our membership can help you achieve your goals. And while you're on the website, make sure you sign up for the no-cost 7-day strength camp so you can experience how we can help you do the things that you love to do with more confidence. See you all next week.